Broadcasting live from our Pocket Hill studios in Harare. This is the main news. My name is Marian Shaba.
My name is Batla Nepure. Nobomongo is with us on our sign language desk. It is good to have you along. These are tonight's top stories. President Emmerson Mnangagwa says promoting children's rights is at the center of the Second Republic priorities.
In other news, government to avail monthly financial resources until the completion of the Gwai Shangani Dam.
In your business news, government availing opportunities for youths to create wealth.
And in sport, FC Platinum ready for Dynamos at Mandava Stadium this Sunday.
And of course, we start with tonight's leading story. President Emmerson Mnangagwa says children's dignity, safety and potential remain key priorities for the Second Republic.
He was speaking during the official opening of the 33rd session of the Junior Parliament of Zimbabwe in Mount Hampton this afternoon. Josephine Mugio gives us our first report.
This Friday, President Emmerson Mnangagwa presided over the official opening of the 33rd Junior Parliament session. As he presided over the event, President Mnangagwa said it is a platform where his administration interacts with the junior parliamentarians, discussing issues that are affecting them. The day also coincided with the belated commemorations of the Day of the African Child. Drawn from the country's 10 provinces, child parliamentarians gathered for the opening session of the 33rd session of the Junior Parliament, which was preceded by elections to select new junior leaders last week. His Excellency Lionel Mazarire was elected as the new child president, and he took charge of the events at the official opening ceremony. The Child Parliament is used to groom the junior leaders, shaping them in line with the country's laws as they represent their aspirations and those of all children across Zimbabwe. President Mnangagwa, who addressed them after witnessing their debate, spoke on the importance of this gathering while also reflecting on the Soweto uprisings, which are commemorated through the Day of the African Child.
This annual gathering continues to be the hallmark of democratic expression, participation, and intergenerational dialogue for the children and the youth of our beloved motherland, Zimbabwe. This event is also an occasion for us to observe and commemorate the Day of the African Child, recognized throughout Africa on the 16th of June. It has been 49 years since the 1976 Soweto uprising in South Africa. As we gather together with you, the youth of our motherland, Zimbabwe, we once again pay tribute to the young children of yesteryear who bravely confronted the racist, colonial, and apartheid oppressive system of South Africa.
The head of state said under his administration, children's rights, safety, and potential will always be protected.
An increased number of children now have access to the basic education assistance module. To date, over 1.5 million vulnerable children have access to quality education through this facility we created. With regards to food and nutrition security for our children, the National School Feeding Program was scaled up, particularly in districts which are prone to droughts. These initiatives are resulting in improved school attendance and learner performance. The child protection, disability and youth policies are aiding in safeguarding and mainstreaming matters relating to disability and youth development, respectively. Under my administration, children's dignity, their safety, and potential shall always be promoted. This principle is embedded across our national development policies.
President Mnangagwa also said the young ones must keep abreast with the new technology.
As the fourth industrial revolution continues to unfold, I expect that the capacitation and development of skill to harness opportunities availed by artificial intelligence among our young people will be prioritized in the scale up. Our young boys and girls must be well prepared for the jobs of the future and be competitive in the modern world. In light of this imperative, the need to transform our vocational training centers into digital learning spaces and repurpose underutilized facilities such as post offices into community innovation hubs cannot be overemphasized.
In the debate sessions, the junior parliamentarians brought up a number of issues pertaining to the education sector, health, as well as information communication technology. President Mnangagwa acknowledged their contributions while calling on them to reject drug abuse and be the voice of reason among their peers.
We are a listening administration. I have my two vice presidents. We want to plan and budget with you. We shall also continue to act boldly on your development concerns, ensuring that no child and no place is left behind. As the young people of our great nation, Zimbabwe, I urge you to conduct yourselves responsibly. Always love, always defend your country, and always listen to the wise counsel of your parents.
Drawn from the country's 10 provinces, the junior parliamentarians have a responsibility to discuss issues that affect them together with their peers and bring them to the fore. Josephine Mugio, SADC News, Mount Hamden.
Meanwhile, junior parliamentarians have acknowledged government's efforts to ensure the upholding of their rights, but they say more still needs to be done.
President Emmerson Mnangagwa once said, "A nation that ignores the voices of its children ignores its own future." And the child president, as well as junior parliamentarians, are grateful that the head of state listens to their voices. In a State of the Nation address during the official opening of the 33rd session of the Junior Parliament in Mount Hampton this Friday, Child President His Excellency Lionel Mazarire noted the milestones achieved by the government in ensuring the upholding of children's rights.
Allow me to pay tribute to our President, His Excellency, Comrade Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa. Your unwavering commitment and bold vision in the Second Republic have given us a louder voice, brighter hopes, and a firmer belief in our potential. Because of you, Your Excellency, the rights of every child are no longer ink on paper. They are a very promise of our daily lives and the foundation of our shared future.
During the debate, junior parliamentarians acknowledged government efforts while noting that gaps still exist, especially for children with disabilities and those in rural areas.
Among children with disabilities, especially those who are deaf, when they leave school, they are not absorbed into the employment sector. There is discrimination, and they don't have much to do other than to sell on the streets.
Despite these efforts, persistent challenges remain in areas such as equitable access to education, comprehensive child protection, adequate health care and nutrition, genuine child participation, often excavated exacerbated by constrained fiscal environment, economic volatility, climate-induced emergencies, and inefficient resource distribution.
Zvikoro chavanazo kumaruva hatina zvinhu zvakaita semabhuku, makombiyuta. Takatiri kukumbirawo kuti kumaruva kwatinobva tikwanise kuwana makombiyuta.
Children in rural and urban areas write the same exams, but they don't get the same facilities.
Access to quality education in remote areas continues to be a difficulty and concern, in which we must intensify efforts to bridge this gap.
Government is alive to the challenges that children are facing, and they remain committed to fixing those challenges.
Government managed to construct a minimum of 90 schools in 2024. And in 2025, the government, through your leadership, Your Excellency, will construct not less than 120 schools. For students in the rural areas, there are safety nets that have been provided by the government in the form of basic education assistance module and grant in aid of tuition.
We already have got plans that we have together with the Minister of Primary and Secondary Education, where we have the national, we call it NEMIS, which is the National Education Management Information System. This is going to see our schools being solarized. This is also going to see our schools having internet connectivity.
To fellow ministers and heads of government departments, I urge you to strengthen youth mainstreaming by operationalizing youth focal desks within your portfolios. These will act as direct liaison points to ensure that youth perspectives inform policy formulation, program design, and implementation.
Since the inception of the Second Republic, a number of legislative reforms have been put in place to ensure that children's rights are upheld. And these include the Marriages Act that criminalizes early marriages, as well as the Education Amendment Act that guarantees basic education for all children, as well as protection of pregnant girls. Additionally, the Basic Education Assistance Module, commonly known as BIM, now supports over 1.5 million learners across Zimbabwe with fees, stationery, as well as uniforms. Fungai Jachi, ZBC News, Mount Hampton.
Still in Mount Hampton, the opening ceremony of the 33rd session of the Junior Parliament was characterized by ceremonial activities that include processions and, most interestingly, an all-female-led guard of honor. Let's get more.
The child president, Lionel Mazarire, arrived in style, flanked by his security team, who made sure His Excellency was safe. Who would have thought a girl would be part of that special team? It was time for the child president to inspect the guard of honor mounted by the child presidential guard. And again, the girl child showed up and was equal to the task, as the guard of honor was being led by girls. As they marched off, the children showed skill and precision, evidence of a well-choreographed act. Fungai Jachi, ZBC News, Mount Hampton.
Some of the activities there at the opening of the 33rd Junior Parliament. Now, war veteran Comrade Luke Mushore, who died last week on Friday, has been declared a national hero. He will be buried at the National Heroes Acre on Monday.
The Minister of Veterans of the Liberation Struggle Affairs, Honorable Monica Mafunga, visited Barbon Farm in Centenary this Friday to deliver the message on the conferment of national hero status to the Mushore family following the death of Comrade Luke Mushore, who was popularly known by his Chimurenga name, Dick Joboringo.
Tinoda kutenda president venyika Baba Mnangagwa vari president zvekare vemusangano wedu weZANU-PF uri kutonga vari umwe wemagambo zvekare nekuremekedza kwavaita mumwe wedu ashaika pano Dick Joboringo, zita rake rekuchimurenga rekumusha Luke Mushore. Vanova ndivo macomrades vakatangisisa 72 kuinda kuhondo.
Mashonaland Central Minister of State for Provincial Affairs and Devolution, Honorable Christopher Magomo, and Minister of Home Affairs and Cultural Heritage, Honorable Kazembe, war veterans and ZANU-PF officials also paid tribute to the late Comrade Joboringo.
Comrade Joboringo, munhu anga agara nguva refu ari kuno kumusha, asi ugamba wamutevera kuburikidza nemabasa akaita kusunungura nyika yeZimbabwe, vachishanda pamwe chete naivo mutungamiriri wedu wenyika kuti vachisunungire Zimbabwe. Toda kuzvitenda zvikuru seprovince.
Haisi nyore enda zvanzoitika kuti munhu unowanikwa uchipiwa ruremekedzo rwakadaro napresident. Vashoma vakaropuwa, tinopa kutenda kuna His Excellency kuti isu seprovince kunyanya kuno kumuzarabani kwatiri kuno ragamba rechitatu kupiwa ruremekedzo rwapamusoro-soro.
Clopas Mushore, a brother to the late Comrade Joboringo, thanked government for the honor of the national hero status.
Ndotaka kutenda vepresident vedu vakwanisa kusherechedza mukoma wangu Dick Joboringo, Luke Mushore, kuti rive gamba renyika, iro iri gamba renyika. Ndinovatenda president.
Born in 1949, Comrade Joboringo was one of the cadres who joined the liberation struggle in the early 70s. Mourners are gathered at Barbon Farm in Centenary. Tapiwa Machemedze, ZBC News, Centenary.
The SADC University of Transformation is on the cards amid expectations that the institution will drive the bloc's industrialization agenda.
SADC ministers responsible for education and training and science, technology and innovation converged for a joint meeting aimed at tracking progress made in these sectors and charting a way forward in regional integration agenda for SADC. The theme for the year is looking at promoting innovation to unlock opportunities for sustainable economic development of the bloc, hence support for the establishment of the SADC University of Transformation.
The chairperson of SADC, our own president, His Excellency Dr. Emmerson Dambudzo Mnangagwa, has reminded us many times that education, science and technology are the anchor upon which we can build a prosperous future. In this regard, Zimbabwe supports the establishment of the SADC University of Transformation, which has potential to bridge the academia and industry gap by producing graduates with skills needed in industry who can be job creators as opposed to job seekers.
The SADC Deputy Executive Secretary for Regional Integration, Ms. Angela Makombo Ntumba, added that the university will be a strategic initiative designed to meet the region's demand for skilled human resources and foster industrialization.
The SADC University of Transformation is a strategic initiative designed to meet the region's demand for skilled human resources, fostering industrialization and economic growth. Furthermore, entrepreneurship is a key topic for discussion today. In this regard, the SADC Secretariat, with the support of the African Development Bank and RU Forum, has commissioned a baseline study on innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystem in the SADC region.
Meanwhile, the joint ministerial meeting has culminated, among other things, in the signing of the SADC Charter on the establishment of the Women in Science, Engineering and Technology Organization by Zimbabwe, joining 11 other countries who have signed the agreement since its approval by the SADC Council of Ministers in 2017 in Pretoria, South Africa. Olina Ndori, ZBC News, Harare.
Now, Zimbabwe has assumed the presidency of the Eastern and Southern Africa Regional Branch of the International Council on Archives, a position the country will hold for the next 2 years.
Zimbabwe this week hosted the 28th edition of the Eastern and Southern Africa Regional Branch of the International Council on Archives, SABICA conference in Victoria Falls, a significant platform for archival professionals, researchers and institutions to share knowledge, tackle emerging challenges and chart a future for records and archives management in the region. At the close of the conference this Friday, Director of the National Archives of Zimbabwe, Ms. Brenda Mamvura, was elected the new president of SADC for a 2-year term. She will be deputized by Ms. Chileshe Lusaze, Director of the Zambia National Archives and Records Service, while Mr. Gopolangi Maakwe of Botswana will serve as treasurer. The position of Secretary General went to Ms. Francis Mwangi, Director of the Kenya National Archives. Ms. Mamvura shared a vision for the region and credited her rise to the president to strong government support.
There is also the issues around community participation. As Zimbabwe have been doing it, engaging communities to establish community archives. So I would want the region to embrace this initiative so that it will be able to acquire, preserve and provide access to our history within communities.
Ms. Mamvura holds a Master of Science in Library and Information Science from the National University of Science and Technology. She also outlined some of the key resolutions passed during the conference.
The conference also resolved to increase collaboration and cooperation in terms of projects and programs that we do. The conference also resolved to also increase on trainings and capacitation of junior archivists to make sure that professionals are up to date or abreast with current technological trends.
The next SADC conference will be hosted by Zambia in 2027. Tichaona Kurewa, ZBC News, Victoria Falls.
Zimbabwe has taken a critical step forward in addressing the growing crisis of drug and alcohol abuse, particularly among people living with HIV, through the development and validation of a locally adapted screening tool.
A newly validated 3-question alcohol use disorder screening tool developed under the Zimbabwe Substance Use and Alcohol Screening Validation Study is the first of its kind tailored for Zimbabwe's healthcare system. Led by the Organization for Public Health Interventions and Development offered the University of Zimbabwe and partners, the tool addresses a critical gap by offering a quick and culturally relevant way to detect substance use disorders at the primary care level.
We found that about 20%, like 1 in every 5 person who is walking into HIV clinic for their management has an alcohol use disorder. They have sort of like an inability to control how much they take. They need alcohol to function. Large quantities of alcohol can actually damage your cognitive function, and that leads to forgetfulness, loss of memories and so forth, and that has a big bearing on the management of HIV outcomes.
Offered Deputy Executive Director Dr. Karen Webb added that early interventions could play a vital role, especially in reaching young people who are among the most affected.
So the interventions are really requiring co-design and collaboration with the government of Zimbabwe and the Ministry of Health and Childcare. So the next steps are the co-design process together with those also affected by alcohol use disorder.
The new screening tool, designed to be brief and practical, enables healthcare providers to detect drug and alcohol abuse early. Unlike longer and cumbersome assessments that are impractical in busy clinics, the validated tool consists of just 3 questions, making it suitable for use even by lay health workers. This development comes at a time as Zimbabwe implements its multi-sectoral drug and substance abuse plan 2024 to 2030, which calls for stronger local data to guide programming. Abigail Tembo, ZBC News, Harare.
Now, the First Lady, Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa, who is also the Make More Than a Mother Ambassador, shared her works with fellow First Ladies at the 7th edition of the Make Foundation First Ladies Initiative Summit in Dubai.
The life-transforming initiatives being spearheaded by African and Asian First Ladies were shared through documentaries and photo slides at the First Ladies Interface held this Thursday as part of the 7th edition of the Make Foundation First Ladies Initiative Summit in Dubai. First Lady Dr. Auxilia Mnangagwa also shared her breathtaking works and social interventions through a documentary which was beamed, giving the world a glimpse into what she's doing to transform lives of many in Zimbabwe. Dr. Mnangagwa's video presentation detailed life-changing healthcare, education and media initiatives born through the powerful partnership between the Angel of Hope Foundation and Make Foundation. Her outstanding work and her plaudits from Make Foundation CEO, Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej, and Chairman of MEC Foundation Board of Trustees, Professor Dr. Frank Stangenberg Haverkamp, who commended her for initiating breathtaking projects which she is implementing in partnership with the MEC Foundation. The First Lady, who highlighted that she is proud of the collaboration between the Angel of Hope Foundation and MEC Foundation, spoke about some of the success stories in health, education, and media realized through the partnership.
Under the Educating Lender program, we are supporting the education of 40 underprivileged yet deserving Zimbabwean school children each year by covering their school fees and other essentials until they graduate. On this one, I've also trained the schoolgirls to make their own reusable pads. We have an open university in our country which has taken every woman to go back to school and to get that certificate written for the university. And now they were also taught how to be disciplined, financial discipline when they are in business, because it also came with the training of how to start a business, how to go about it, and financial discipline. We have received and distributed storybooks to thousands of school children. These books have helped the girl child in school. We conducted 5 editions of the MEC Foundation Health Media Training in awards for journalists. Over 50 media professionals have won awards. With my Angel of Hope Foundation, I've finished building mother and child hospital, but with also a diagnostic center, and also acquired a top-of-the-range equipment, mobile clinic for cancer screening. MEC Foundation, I'm very proud that they've provided 130 scholarships for our local doctors across critical specialties. Out of the 130 total scholarships, 56 scholarships have been provided to doctors in diabetes, endocrinology, preventive cardiovascular medicine, obesity, and weight management. A total of 34 scholarships have been awarded in fertility, embryology, and the 1-year diploma and 2-year master's degree programs in sexual and reproductive health care. Additionally, 40 scholarships have been awarded in critical yet underserved specialties, including oncology, cancer care, respiratory care, acute medicine, pain management, infectious diseases, dermatology, psychiatry, neurosurgery, neurology, neuroimaging for research, pediatrics, critical care, care for older persons, and rheumatology.
Dr. Mnangagwa also talked about her various initiatives aimed at empowering the women folk, which include the establishment of a female prison in Marondera, a first of its kind in the SADC region.
I advocated for women open prison, for those women to go home serving also in their jail term, but also visiting home and coming back. So that is taken off ground, and that's the first one in SADC.
In her remarks, MEC Foundation CEO Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej expressed joy over success stories realized in different countries through partnerships between First Ladies and the MEC Foundation. Dr. Rasha hailed Dr. Mnangagwa for her outstanding works in a short space of time, which is as a result of her hard work, dedication, and selflessness.
When we started our partnership, we couldn't imagine that we're going to achieve all this in very short time. Very short time because Corona came immediately after we started our partnership, 2019, and then Corona came. And we thought that this is going to suspend everything, but no. We continued working together, calling each other, and we achieved this amazing achievement, the scholarships of 130. It's a total transformation of the healthcare landscape. You made history in Zimbabwe by training the first specialist in many specialties in the public sector. And of course, educating Linda and scholarships for girls. Thank you very, very much.
The same sentiments were echoed by the chairman of MEC Foundation Board of Trustees, Professor Dr. Frank Stangenberg Haverkamp.
All the reviews are extremely hopeful, and you achieved all a lot. There's not a single glitch in it. It was really, through all statements, a fantastic review of what you did up to now. And of course, there's more to come. Next year we'll meet again and have another go at it.
Fellow First Ladies from different countries also showcased their initiatives through visuals while explaining the impact of their initiatives on communities. The First Lady of Cape Verde, Dr. Deborah Katisa Cavallo, highlighted some of her initiatives.
At the end of the tree, we normally have the flowers and the fruits. And for me, the fruits are the kids. For that, we have a strong campaign regarding the issue of sexual abuse. And we go in every island of the country. Is the most stable problem we have. It's the idea of lighting, straight lighting. So you have green, red, and yellow lighting. And we teach the kids what is red touch in her body.
Not to be outdone was Gambian First Lady Mrs. Fatoumata Barbaro, who also spoke about the projects she is implementing.
The foundation decided to support 10 young women in STEM, breastfeeding women, because I believe we need to build excellence, and when you start with women, everything is always perfect.
Ghanaian First Lady Mrs. Lodina Draman Mahama also gave an insight into your work.
The Lodina Foundation is built on the principle of bringing hope to the disadvantaged and vulnerable communities across Ghana. The Lodina Foundation has over the decade lived true to this principle of caring and bringing hope to many. This foundation in its work has focused on education, health, particularly health infrastructure, supporting women empowerment, supporting orphans and vulnerable children.
The interface between the First Ladies also afforded them a platform to learn from each other and share notes. The First Lady, Dr. Mnangagwa, has become synonymous with the emancipation of communities, especially women, to restore their dignity and ensure that they raise their families in a respectable manner. The 7th edition of the MEC Foundation First Ladies Initiative Summit, which was being held under the theme Together We Make a Difference, ended this Thursday in Dubai. Colette Msanyera, ZBC News, Dubai.
For your views and comments on issues raised on the main news, feel free to log on to our website, www.zbcnews.co.zw.
And for all latest updates, you can join us on our social media platforms, Facebook, X, formerly Twitter, Instagram. Also, for live images, you can also go on to YouTube, ZBC News Online. Well, there are more stories to come on this bulletin. This is what you can look forward to.
In business, government avails opportunities for youth to create wealth.
And in your sport, we're looking ahead to what should be an exciting weekend of football action. It will be a match that is pitting Dynamos and FC Platinum, which is taking center stage. Or join us for that and more when we come back.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed citizens of Zimbabwe, mark your calendars. All roads lead to Bay Bridge on Saturday, the 21st of June 2025, for the highly anticipated Run for Hope Half Marathon in honor of our esteemed Vice President, Honorable Colonel Retired Campbell Dugish Mohadi, under the theme Championing a Drug-Free Future Towards Vision 2030. This event promises to unite participants from across the nation in a celebration of health, fitness and community spirit. Distance to be covered include 3 kilometers, 5 kilometers, 10 kilometers and the full 21 kilometers on Saturday, the 21st of June 2025 in Bay Bridge. This marathon is more than just a race. It's a tribute to the Vice President's unwavering dedication to the health and well-being of our nation. Registration is absolutely free. Sign up today at www.hypenation.co.zw or call 0719-591-300 for more information. Whether a seasoned runner or a beginner, this is your chance to challenge yourself while enjoying the stunning landscapes of Bedbridge. Let's come together, young and old alike, for a day of fitness, fun and unity. Together, let us embody the resilience and strength of the Zimbabwean spirit and make this marathon a day to remember. See you at the starting line. Proudly sponsored by Net1.
It's the Matabeleland North edition of the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service Commissioner General's Goodwill Trust Fund fundraising golf tournament set for Saturday, the 21st of June 2025 at the Elephant Hills Golf Club. Come and play golf and network with the ZPCS officials, participants and other stakeholders expected to grace the event in the background of the mighty Victoria Falls. Great marketing and sponsorship opportunities are available to raise both financial and material resources for the ZPCS Commissioner General Goodwill Trust Fund. Be there in Victoria Falls on Saturday, the 21st of June at Elephant Hills Golf Course for the ZPCS Commissioner General's Goodwill Trust Fund, Matabeleland North. Swing the golf club for a good cause. For further details to participate, please contact the telephone numbers indicated below. See you there.
Win big in the EcoCash Chakataya Ziawaku EcoCash promotion with over 200,000 winners. Earn at least 20 points when you cash in. Send money, buy airtime or data, make payments, receive money from the diaspora, or receive your salary via EcoCash. And you could be in the running to win an all-expenses-paid trip to watch an AFCON match in Morocco, a holiday for two in Dubai, solar kits, cows, fridges, gas stoves, motorbikes, cash, airtime, and so much more. It's simple. Simply transact, earn points, and win in the Chakataya Ziawaku EcoCash promotion. Dial *151# or use the EcoCash app now. EcoCash. Live life the EcoCash way.
Need to make an international payment but haven't pre-booked an exchange rate? No problem. Let's walk through the simple process on Enterprise Online. Begin by logging into your Enterprise Online account and selecting International Payments from the main menu. When prompted for rate type, select Current Market Rate. This means your exchange will use today's live rate at the moment of transaction. Enter your recipient's details, including their bank information, account number, and the payment amount in your chosen currency. Our system instantly calculates the conversion using up-to-the-minute exchange rates, showing you exactly what you pay and what they'll receive. Review all details and fee information, then authenticate your transaction using your security device or app. Your payment is now being processed at the current market rate. Track its progress anytime in your transaction history. Keep business moving. Make effortless international payments with Enterprise Online.
You're watching the main news. Welcome back. Zimbabwe is leaving nothing to chance in its quest to ensure the viability of cotton production in the face of climate change amid a series of trials for various cottonseed varieties in Gokwe.
The future of cotton farming in the country is in safe hands, with the Cotton Research Institute joining hands with farmers in the trial of new genetically modified seed varieties in Gokwe.
The yield that farmers can get is as much as 4,000 kgs per hectare. After ginning, our varieties have a potential to produce 42% of lint from a kg of seed cotton. So these varieties are very good and they perform better than most of the other varieties that may be brought into the country.
Some farmers say the trial runs and some tips from experts in the field has opened their eyes on how to improve the way they have been carrying out their farming business.
And the 2000 something happened, I want to right.
The Second Republic has intensified the country's cotton revival efforts with the presidential input scheme and research on genetically modified cotton varieties expected to lead the way. Tafara Chikumira, ZBC News, Gokwe.
And that report from Tafara Chikumira now takes us to our Montreux studios, where Arthur C. Evans is on standby with the other stretch of the bulletin. Other great to see you.
It's all about crossing the finishing line as government will avail $5 million United States dollars monthly until the completion of the Guaishangani Lake in Matabeleland North Province. This was revealed by Minister of Lands, Agriculture, Fisheries, Water and Rural Development, Dr. Anxious Masuga, when he toured the lake Friday this afternoon.
Taona kuti zvizhinji zvinobata dhamu chairo zvakamira kwenguva asi zvino tapuwa mari inoita $5 million US. Tinoda $4 million mwedzi wega wega kuti tikwanise kusumudza dhamu. Zvino tiri pamamita anoita 39 tasarirwa nemamita anoitwa 22 anonzi pachirungu full supply level. Saka tatisi nemari yauya nemari yatanzi inouya mwedzi wega wega vachinonyatsotarisa kuongorora kuti tinokwanisa kufamba zvakadini gore rino. Tanzwawo nezvemagetsi anoitwa ipapo 10 megawatts nekuti zvivakwa zvava pa 44%. Tanzwawo nezve pipeline inoenda nemvura asi ichiita madiridziro 200 hectares manonzi ma-V-plate accelerator model kuti iyoyo haisi kunyatsofamba zvakanaka nokuti mari ishoma asi vari kuita mapump station vava panumber 3.
I-Treasury idispersile $5 million United States dollars ukuthi kucontinue idamu njengokusiphoromisa kwakho upresident ukuthi maybe lo nyaka idamu leli kufuze siphele siqalise ukubamba amanzi.
The ZANU-PF leadership in Matabeleland South Province has convened a coordinating meeting to discuss several key issues, among them cell verification and the recent resounding victory in Insiza North by-elections.
Still basking in the glory of a resounding victory in the recently held by-election in Insiza North, it is time to build on the momentum in the ongoing cell verification program. Addressing provincial coordinating committee members in Gwanda this Friday, ZANU-PF Politburo member Comrade Daniel Mackenzie Ncube paid tribute to unity among party members, calling the province to maintain that during the cell verification program.
Province le imat South. Ngoba umsebenzi omkhulu eliwenzileyo ukuthi size siwine ku by election eNsiza North. Sizwa njengeparty siziqhaja ngawo. Amasel ngamasel eparty kasoma selami kasoma sel kababa uNgulubuthi yami. Ngamasabani umuntu wonke ngoweparty. Kodwa nxa sikuphathi siyandisa ukusunduzana. Kodwa wa much stronger nxa sibambene. Singabambana we are much stronger.
The provincial leadership is convinced that the self-verification program is critical in building the party.
I-party yaseShenjolani makomrades. So let's have that spirit. Esayisebenzisa isibindi lobaba uDelani ahambe ofisini anithi. So as continuously spirit esinjalo as a party so that we remain united and work for the party.
The self-verification program will be supervised by central committee members across the province. Providence Maranelli, ZBC News, Gwanda.
Meanwhile, in the east of the country, the ZANU-PF cell verification process and preparations for the party's national annual People's Conference came under the spotlight during the ZANU-PF Manicaland Provincial Coordinating Committee meeting held in Mutare this Friday.
The ruling ZANU-PF party has rolled into motion the self-verification program in Manicaland province as it seeks to further strengthen its support base. In an interview after the ZANU-PF PCC meeting held in Mutare this Friday, Politburo member Comrade Mike Bima spoke on the cell and village verification process and its importance to the ruling party.
Sangano watati nao wauri kuparura nyaya ye verification yema cell and village structures iyo ichatungamirirwa kunyanyanyanya nenhengo dzema-central committee edu. Ma-central committee achaenda kunzvimbo dzavasingabvi vachishanda nenhengo dze-DCC dze-district iyoyo. Saka ndio basa richaitwa mazuva maviri ari kutevera. Chitarisiro chiri chokuti tichabuda nemaseu edu ane nhengo dzechokwadi. Zvichatibatsira kune mabasa emusangano akati kuti.
The Manicaland leadership is ready to spring into action to execute the party directive and is appreciative to the party leadership and President Emmerson Mnangagwa for allowing the party to host the National People's Conference and Sanganai Hlanganani Kumbanai Tourism Expo later this year.
Tiri kufara seManicaland tichitenda president wedu Dr. Emmerson Mnangagwa nekutifarira kwavanoita iye zvino seManicaland tiri kuzohosta conference yedu yemusangano uri kutonga weZanu PF. Saka zvinhu zvatinoramba tichingogamuchira.
Tapa kutenda kukuru kune mutungamiri wedu baba president vaMnangagwa kuti vasarudza Manicaland kuti iyo gore rino ichange kuriko kuri kuitirwa musangano wegore weZanu PF. Musangano uno wabuda nenzvimbo mbiri dzaakuendeswa kumusoro kuti vakuru vachizosarudza kuti ndeipi. Ini somumiriri wenyanga kudare reparliament ndinofara kuti pane dzimwe nzvimbo dzasarudzwa iNyanga district imwe izi Munyamarange district.
Meanwhile, the meeting outlined other developmental projects in various spheres of the economy that are contributing to the growth of the provincial gross domestic product (GDP).
Government has launched its first ever studio for the design and production of leather products.
Funded by the European Union to the tune of 150,000 euros, the studio was launched in Bulawayo this Friday. Known as the Satellite Design Studio, the facility is housed at the Leather Institute of Zimbabwe and is said to create a seamless network of innovation and excellence, which is key for promoting global competitiveness of the local leather sector.
This initiative is a testament to the relentless efforts of Africa Leather and leather products industry to foster growth, innovation, and competitiveness within our leather value chain.
For COMESA, the leather industry satellite design studio is set to transform Zimbabwe into a global manufacturing hub, presenting a brighter future for the COMESA region as a whole.
This aligns well with the COMESA broader vision to transform the region into a global manufacturing leader. A key factor in the global leather industry is traceability. Today, consumers and buyers demand transparency and accountability. I'm pleased to note that under the RECAP program, Zimbabwe now benefits from advanced equipment to enhance its leather traceability system.
With Zimbabwe being a member state of the Africa Leather and Leather Products Institute, the studio will ensure the production of novel leather designs.
This design studio is critical in the sense that our products have not been competitive because we are still using the old designs. There's no new innovation, but the style has changed. Leather is a fashion-oriented industry. You cannot force your children to dress up in the shoes that used to wear in the 70s and the 60s. Now the design studio is coming to close that gap so that we have novel designs that can enter local, regional, continental, and global markets.
The studio has modern equipment for designing and production of leather products such as industrial safety boots, office wear shoes, school shoes, ladies' handbags and belts. Lisa Correa, ZBC News, Bulawayo.
My name is Arthur Evans for the Montrose News Desk, and from Leather Design Studios, we take you back to our news studio in Pockets Hill.
Fantastic. Thanks a lot, Arthur, and the entire team at our Montrose studios there for those reports. Now, the Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC, has appreciated support that it gets from Zimbabwe and the SADC region in finding lasting solution to the political crisis that it is facing.
For the past 10 months since assumption of the chairmanship of the regional body SADC, Zimbabwe has held several meetings aimed at finding a solution to the crisis faced by the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo. In response to these interventions, the Regional Integration Minister of the DRC, Honorable Didier Mazenga Mukanzu, who was in the country this Thursday and met his counterpart, Professor Amon Murira, said the support is deeply appreciated and acknowledged.
The Minister of Foreign Affairs of Zimbabwe,
qui est aussi notre président de la SADC,
who is also the
du
President of
Conseil des ministres de la
SADC,
SADC.
the Council of Ministers of
C'est
SADC.
comme il a souligné,
As he highlighted,
nous avions parlé de la région.
we spoke about the region,
La région, bien sûr,
the region for sure,
autour de notre communauté,
around our community,
qui est la SADC.
which is SADC.
Vous saviez que
As you know,
les Zimbabwe,
Zimbabwe,
depuis l'année passée,
Since
ils
the last
ont eu la
year,
présidence de la SADC.
they are the president of SADC.
C'est un soutien pour la République démocratique du Congo,
It's a big support for the
à ce
DRC
qui se passe à l'est de notre
because of
pays.
what's happening in the eastern side of the
Et
world.
The crisis in eastern DRC has resulted in the displacement of millions, and according to the United Nations, silencing the guns in the region is the key for the DRC to enjoy a sustainable development. Olin Ndori, ZBC News, Harare.
And that report takes us to another break on the main news. When we come back, it will be time for business. Stay with us.
Steelmate Investments is Zimbabwe's leading supplier of steel and roofing sheets. In Harare, we have 4 branches, one in Willowvale along Affirmative Way and another in Glen Eagles Road. The other 2 are in Barimagaba. We have high-quality roofing sheets, barbed wire, long plates, mesh wire, beams, mining bars, and many more products according to your needs and specifications. Visit us today at stand number 706 Glen Eagles Road in Harare. Call us on 0787 001 643 up to 6. Our Affirmative branch is at number 346 Affirmative Way in Willowvale. Call us on 0788 930 556 up to 61. Our Mbare branches are at gate number 8 at CSO. Call that branch on 0788 930 550 up to 2. And our Mbare Discount Steel branch is at number 1 Easterman's Place, Magaba. Call that branch on 0788 930 553 up to 5. Steelmate Investments, your friend in steel.
Zimra here reminds all taxpayers that the income tax second quarter provisional tax is due on the 25th of June 2025. Taxpayers are advised to submit returns through the TAM system and pay the tax due through the TAM single account. Returns and payments can be submitted even before the due date. For any assistance, taxpayers are encouraged to contact Zimra through the Zimra Contact Center by email on contactcenter@zimra.co.zw or through WhatsApp number 0782 729 862 or toll-free numbers 585 or 08010271 net 1. Zimra, my taxes, my duties, building my Zimbabwe.
Mark your calendar, June 25th to 28th. Victoria Falls hosts the 2025 Zimbabwe National Chamber of Commerce ZNCC Annual Congress at Elephant Hills. Running under the theme, Unlocking Business Potential Through Policy, Partnerships and Productivity. Join top business minds with Honorable VP Dr. Chiwenga as the esteemed guest of honor and keynote speaker Dr. Arikana Juhombori. Enjoy the Gala Dinner National Award Ceremony plus the inaugural Presidential Golf Tournament on June 27th. For registration, visit zncc.co.zw or call 0242 770244. ZNCC, the voice of business.
Asilwela ukunqoba kuphela, kepha silwela ukwakha isizwe esinohlonze.
Sekunjalo. Vakuru vedu vemakare vaiziva kurunga zvinwiwa nezvekudya zvinobatsira kuti ugare wakagwinya.
isuwe captain takaona zvakakosha kuti tibike Captain Ginger Wise tichishandisa zvinwiwa izvi. Gara wakagwinya neCaptain Ginger Wise. Tibatei pa 0775 135 800. Captain inhaka nesimba muchinwiwa chimwe chete.
Welcome back. You're watching the main news and it's now time for business. Young people have been called upon to take advantage of opportunities available in various sectors of the economy and grow their personal wealth.
A Man and Wealth Summit held in Harare this Friday brought together captains of industry, successful entrepreneurs, chief executives of leading companies and government officials to rally youths not to sit on their laurels, but see through the vast opportunities availed by the Second Republic, including in agriculture.
If you look at Zimbabwe, there's a lot which a youth can do, leveraging on the land and the water. Let me say all the natural resources which you have in the country, because if you look at a person who has just graduated or who has just completed O-level or even A-level, even those who have actually been not getting an opportunity to pursue education, you know, having land and having water, you find that you can actually create employment.
This summit, held in partnership with the Zimbabwe International Trade Fair, sought to nurture entrepreneurship and a culture of networking through exhibitions.
For this year's edition, we had amazing collaborations and partnership, ZITF and EMMA being our headline partners in bringing this summit today. And we also had ZIDA, Zimtrade, and many more other stakeholders that came through to support, all in an effort to bring about sustainable development.
Guest of honor at the summit, the Minister of Skills, Audit and Development, Professor Paul Mavima, told the youth gathering that an entrepreneurial skill that is well nurtured can succeed in the Second Republic to create personal wealth.
Say what you want about this Second Republic, but it has opened opportunities for you youngsters to develop any form of business that you want. We're going to end up mining, and there are lots of people that are doing very well in mining.
Government has availed many programs and facilities to capacitate youths, and recently President Emmerson Mnangagwa unveiled another batch of agricultural equipment in Harare to empower young farmers. Owen Mandova, ZBC News, Harare.
And that there, our look at your business news. Exciting times as well this weekend in the Kasolaga Premier Soccer League. Anashe Murumbedzi has all your latest bits in sport when we come back after the break.
Win big in the EcoCash Chakataya Ziawaku EcoCash promotion with over 200,000 winners. Earn at least 20 points when you cash in. Send money, buy airtime or data, make payments, receive money from the diaspora, or receive your salary via EcoCash. And you could be in the running to win an all-expenses-paid trip to watch an AFCON match in Morocco, a holiday for two in Dubai, solar kits, cars, fridges, gas stoves, motorbikes, cash, airtime, and so much more. It's simple. Simply transact, earn points, and win in the Chakataya Ziawaku EcoCash promotion. Dial *151# or use the EcoCash app now. EcoCash. Live life the EcoCash way.
Life can sometimes seem like it's on pause, each day blending into the next. You're left wondering when the excitement will return, when the adventure will begin. That first sip awakens the wild rivers within, where every moment is an opportunity to explore, discover, to live. Welcome to the world of Zambezi Lager, where the mighty Zambezi flows and greatness abounds. For the Zambezians, it's all about good friends, great moments, and the taste of adventure. Step into the captivating world of Zambezi Lager, where every taste is a journey and every moment shared is filled with the heartfelt pride of Zimbabwe. Zambezi Lager, for those who seek adventure, who cherish the journey, and who know that life's greatest moments are shared.
Crowd goes absolutely emphatic. He has done it!
Get ready for more on Supersport, the only place to watch all the FIFA Club World Cup.
Welcome to the Sports Corner. Anasham Rombedzi here with the latest in the world of sport. Now, former professional rugby player Tapua Chabata has concluded his attempt at breaking Guinness World Record after competing for the longest rugby game hosted at Mullingar RFC in Ireland, which started this Wednesday. The 53-year-old former Sables player clocked around 30 hours, but the official time is yet to be made public by Guinness. The current Guinness World Record for rugby marathons stands at 30 hours, 29 minutes and 41 seconds. Chabata, together with 92 others, are using the challenge to raise funds for 3 charity organizations in Ireland. Born in Mount Darwin, Chabata, who has once an army officer, started playing rugby while at Chaplin High School in Gweru and later became the first captain of the Zimbabwe universities and colleges team. Now, former champions FC Platinum will face a stern test of character when they host the fading giants Dynamos at Mandava Stadium this Sunday.
It will be a dog-eat-dog affair at Mandava Stadium this Sunday when FC Platinum welcome rejuvenated giants Dynamos in a Premiership League match. The Norman Mapeza coached side have been solid at the back but have lacked goals up front. Despite the lack of goals, the Rishabane-based side are undefeated ahead of the final match of the first half of the season against the Dynamos, who are in high spirits after finally picking a win in almost 3 months. Speaking ahead of the epic encounter, FC Platinum head coach Norman Mapeza believes that his side has enough arsenal to collect maximum points at home, but to approach the game with caution.
This is football. Anything can happen at any given time. After their win against Yada yesterday, I'm sure the confidence a little bit more than high. You know, and coming to our game against Rendos on Wednesday. There's so many positives. But look, we can talk of positives, especially when we talk of creating those opportunities. But we are ready.
In their previous 5 league encounters, both teams have managed to outwit each other once and draw 3 times, hence leaving Sunday's game open.
Casalaga Premier Soccer League, LP Cedars Moles will look to get into the mid-season break on top of the log as they visit Mondoro for a date against former champions Ngeze Platinum Stars this Sunday.
The new boys have surprised Orange Sandri in their debut season as they currently lead the log standings after 16 matches. Most have been fired up by goals from Bilifi Remu. However, they have played more as a unit and grinding results in difficult matches. After a tough encounter against Caps United this Thursday, they make the short trip to Mondoro for a date against former champions Ngeze Platinum Stars. The match promises to be a closely fought encounter, judging by the way Ngeze Platinum Stars always fare in big matches, even when they are not at their best. Veteran coach Lloyd Samaita Mchasa believes this team is being pushed by the belief.
These youngsters, you give them, you tell them what you have come across before. We had the likes of Denver Mkamba, Devon Chaff and the likes. We took them from the streets and now I think they known all over Zimbabwe. And that was the message that we gave them. When you get the opportunity to play, just give it your best, because you never know what tomorrow is.
Weekend action, however, begins this Saturday with third placed Scotland hosting Tier 1 at Rufaro Stadium in a highly anticipated encounter. Miners, Bigita Minerals and Manica Diamonds clash at Gibbo Stadium, was at PC Kariba and Herentals Beto at Nyamunga. On Sunday, FC Platinum host Dynamos at Mandava, Cape United face Kwekwe at Rufaro, and Yada hosts defending champions Simbabora at the Hard Stadium. Troubled Triangle Jet, Greenfield, Gibbo, while Highlanders and Chicken Inn clash in a blowout derby to conclude the first half of the season. Lawrence Trusida, ZBC News, Harare.
Matabeleland in North Province is set to host a golf tournament this Saturday in Victoria Falls as part of the 2025 edition of the Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service Commissioner Goodwill Trust Fund fundraiser.
The Zimbabwe Prisons and Correctional Service ZPCS Goodwill Trust Fund seeks to improve the lives of vulnerable individuals within the ZPCS community and beyond. It is against this background that the ZPCS has organized a fundraising golf tournament in Victoria Falls this Saturday. Amid expectations, it will bring together potential sponsors in a relaxed and fulfilling sporting environment.
We have decided to do golf tournament because we thought it gives a conducive environment to interact with potential people who can assist in this noble cause in a free and a relaxed atmosphere.
The Commissioner Goodwill Trust Fund continues to touch lives through supporting children and spouses of deceased correctional officers, as well as individuals with disabilities.
The Commissioner's Goodwill Fund is mainly there to assist the less privileged people. I can say those children who have lost their parents during the course of their duties. So we take up from there, paying the school fees, providing for foodstuffs and basic foodstuffs for their livelihoods.
To ensure the success of the ZPCS Commissioner Goodwill Trust Fund, the ZPCS is encouraging participation and support from stakeholders, including the private sector. Lisa Corrida, ZBC News, Bulawayo.
That's it from the Sports Corner. Guys, it's back to you.
Thanks. Wonderful stuff. Anasham Rumbedze there with the latest in your sport. An exciting weekend of great sport action, which brings us to the end of the bulletin tonight, Mary.
Thank you so much for watching. Good night.